So what have I brought then? Let's have a little look. I'm going to let you have a look on the overhead here so that you can see this one face down. We've got 2 sets of cascading alphabets. So you get a full alphabet and you get 2 of the edge design dies as well. So these enable you to spell out pretty much any word that you want to say. And this one is the horizontal one, so it goes across. And I'll show you some samples as examples of that as we go along. So you get 26 letters of your alphabet plus your 2 edge dies. And just to open that up as well, there is also some inspiration inside there. And there's also a set of step-by-step instructions. For example, what size you need to cut your card, how to place the dies, etc. So if you're struggling after you've watched me today, you've still got something to go back to and have a look at for instructions. So this is the horizontal set. So just giving you some ideas really as to what you can do with them. So this time we're having a party. Why not? So again, you've got those lovely pastel shades out of that card pack. They work beautifully with this collection. We've got another one of those gorgeous vintage designs. Some memories on this one, so it could be a memory book that you make. Look at that one. Very glamorous party. I'd quite like an invite to that one, I think. Black and gold. And then we've got Mother on that one. So again, using your papers. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the cardstock. You can use a mixture of both. And then this gorgeous birthday book. Okay, so again, these are all little separate pages, look, that you could add photos if you'd had a party. It'd be a great way to actually just document it and keep it as something you could get out when you've got the visitors coming round. So that's your cascading alphabet, which is an alphabet, which is your horizontal one. So keep those in that one, and then the last few of the vertical ones. So again, how pretty is that one? So we've got Mum on there in the lilacs again. Really pretty, some gorgeous paper on that one there. And then we've got, to go with Mum, we've got Dad. So again, just slightly offset there. That one looks cool. It's not quite, they don't have to be straight. So if you're somebody that struggles to get things straight, deliberately offset them. That's how it was meant to be. It's supposed to look like that. And then again, we've got that. I love this idea. This is something I hadn't tried. I might have to go and try this when I get home. Using the bit where the letter's been cut out. So technically, this is the bit that's left over when you've cut your letter. I think that's a really cool idea. And then again, spelling out those names. So whatever names you've got there in your family, you're sorted. You don't have to worry about that again. And then we've got the word dream. It's lovely dreamy blues there. So I took some inspiration from the packaging with my design for this one. There was an example on the packaging, and I just happened to have this paper pad in my collection. So I'm going to show you and work through how we've done this. And you can see the different pages. So it could be a little memory book, you could put some photos in there, it could be tickets from a day out. And I just chose to pop the word dream along that one. So I'm going to show you how I made that, show you how the dies cut. So let's have a little look then. I've done a little bit of preparation in advance, as we always seem to. Otherwise I'd be sat here all afternoon just making one card for you. We had a conversation the other day about what was an appropriate length of time for making a project. And sometimes it's a ridiculous amount of time. So this is out of the, let me fetch one of the, I've not got an example of the pastel one, but this is how the card packs are going to come to you. This is the Brights one. So these are going to be on the show as well, and I think this is a longer waited, from my point of view, I've been waiting for them to do some matte cardstock, and it's got a beautiful linen finish on it as well. So you actually get, it's 8 by 8 in size and 230 GSM, 36 pieces in those. And this is what I've used. I've just taken 2 from the pastel set. So I've got some lovely shades of purple going on there, and that goes beautifully with the paper from our blues and lilacs set, the A3 paper packs that we did a little while ago. So I've got some of the layers ready, and I'm going to show you how to carry on cutting. So I've started off the beginning of my word, put that on there. I've got the DRE, so I just need to get my A and M off there, and then I'm going to show you how to line these up. So I'll leave that one at the front there, bring my Gemini plates, and these are beautiful, they all fit on our Junior. I'm using the Gemini Junior today. So I need the purpley coloured one next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one before it that I've just done, and I've cut all, if you can see, all my sheets started out the same size here. And just to give you an idea there, we're looking, it's the 8-inch width of the pad by 4 1/4 inches. All right, so that's the size I'd chosen for mine. So what I'm going to do is use the one that I've already done to line up my next one. So I'm just going to pull it back a little bit here, and I'm going to pop my A down, and we also need the decorative edge piece. So using the one that I've done here, just make sure you can see what I'm doing here, yep. And I'm going to line this up on my piece of cardstock, and again, you've heard me say this before, get your tape out because you don't want these to move when you've got them in place. So I'm going to stick those down before I pass them through the machine. So make sure everything's in the right place and then tape it down. Probably be okay with just that one there. And then once that's done, I'm going to pop it through the Gemini. So just on my little plates there, and we'll go through that Gemini to cut that. And it's a nice straightforward cut. Oops, I'm used to using my big Gemini. I was going to try and put them in the wrong way then. I nearly always use the small Junior plates in my large Gemini, so I'm used to putting them through sideways. Didn't quite fit through the Junior that way. There we go. So when we've done that, it's actually cut through beautifully, and we've got that next. If I hold it against this one, you can see that we're going to follow on in line with the E into the A, and I've just left a couple of letters to cut, so I'm going to do the same with the M. I've done the others ready so that we weren't cutting too many in each demo. So again, I'm going to pop this one on the end of my piece of card. I'm going to use the one that I've just cut just to line it up to make sure that we're in the right place. So I'm just going to pop that one on as a guide. Make sure that it's in the right place there. And these just slide into the cutout on the edge of that shaped edge die. So once we've got that one in place, I can just run that through, and then we're ready to put our card together. So you can see it takes a few passes through the machine, but the end product I think is well worth it. So you can do some really lovely designs, and we'll have a look at some more of the design teamwork as we go along. So we'll just leave those to one side now, and we've got our M. I'll leave that on there. You can just see that on the plate there. Let's just turn it around so that we can see better. That's better. Keep getting everything upside down today. That's a good start. So let me just get rid of those bits out of the way. I'm going to put my letters back on the carry sheet so that I don't lose them. And then we're ready to start sticking together. So I have got a panel of the paper for the back, and then I'm going to start sticking these together, and we're just going to offset them as I put each one down and then snip away the bit that I don't need. So I want this one to line up with the edge of my pattern paper, so it's just a wee bit longer than the actual design, and then I'm going to turn it over and just trim this bit off the back there to line it up. So that's the length of my project. Then I'm going to go for, get them in the right order, the A, and I'm just going to flick to the tape pen here, it'll be quicker. Whoops. So down the edge of this one, I only want them stuck together at one end there. So again, I'm going to line up the next one and just leave that little bit showing there, line it up with the M, and then I'm going to make sure everything's straight, flip it over and trim that piece off. the back. Once you get used to using these, you'll probably be able to work out how much cardstock you need so that you're not wasting it. So I'm going to keep going, pretty much depending on how many letters you've got. It's a repetitive process there. So again, line the next one up, pop it down and trim that off the back. Now there might be a different way of doing this. When Sarah shows you on TV, she might have mastered a better way of doing it, but this is how I figured it out. So we've got the R going in place there, just down that end. So I line that one up and you can see how they're all forming that lovely horizontal line there now. And then these bits that I'm cutting off, I would pop into my scrap stash, use them for embellishments and things on the next set of projects that I'm working on. So even though I'm chopping pieces off, I'm not going to actually waste any. And then the last one that I've done, I've cut the D out of the patterned cardstock again. So again, I'm just going to line it up. So if you can see that there now, you've got that lovely cascading effect with all the letters on there. So we'll get that one down, chop that little piece off the end there, and then I've just got a couple of embellishments to finish it off. So I've got a little bit of ribbon. I'm just going to tie that around that end there. She says, not so good at tying bows on live streaming. Should have already had that one done, I think. There we go. She says, too soon. We might forget the bow in a minute. There we go. That's not too bad. That's as good as it's going to get there today. And then I've got my glue gun on at the ready just to pop some little embellishments on there. So again, we've got tools and things are on our website. If you've not got hold of any of those yet, we've got a whole range of core tools now, which I love. And they just happen to be purple, which is even better. So I just pop those on the edge there. And that's my finished one. And then all I've done with the one that I'd done earlier is just add a few little gems just to decorate it up so you can see that they're finished. So that's a horizontal version of our cascading alphabet.